So you're already really doing this, right?
Yeah. Yeah. My first ever video was, you said that you're gonna do it, so why not do it?
Right?
So
We kind of conceptualized this when we first met in college,
might as well do it.
right? Might as well do it. Just get it done.
We don't need to like film content. We just can record what shit we usually talk.
Exactly. That then it kind of comes down to the whole thing that you've also been doing your podcasts on, right? Like at least your TikTok. The fact that you should try and be authentic,
Yeah.
right? So we can just get into it. Okay, let's go.
This is it. We're going into it already.
We're already going into
This
it.
is it.
Okay, so let me. How about we do it like this? Since we both want to do podcasts, and we're both kind of coming from the same background. How about I ask you a set of questions, and you can ask me a set of questions,
Okay.
and then we see what it feels like, right? Anyway, this is going to be a collab, right?
Yeah.
So, Rishikesh, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? It's so hard, right? To just kind of talk about you.
This feels like a job interview.
Job interview.
Tell me
Yeah,
about
tell us
yourself.
about yourself.
So my name is Rishi. No. You know about me.
I do.
What should I tell you?
No, what do your audience should know? I mean, you've been on your.
We're
on
not.
TikTok.
There's no camera. We're just talking.
There's no camera.
We're
Okay.
just talking.
Let's start.
Are you panicking?
No.
Are you panicking?
No, not at all. Maybe on the inside. Okay, let's start with what brought you to Canada.
Good opportunities, more opportunities. Like, I think most of the Nepali people who just move out of Nepal,
Right.
it's not that there is no opportunities in Nepal.
Right.
The only thing is you have to create your opportunities, and that's a hassle in itself. The same amount of work I put if I was in Nepal,
Yeah.
the same amount of work I'm putting here, I'm gonna get much more. The reward is much more.
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, right? That's true, because I remember even in India, for me, the amount of work that I was putting in was probably suboptimum, right? And then you sow what you reap, right? But at the same time, there's a level of complacency which comes in, right? Because you're kind of just drifting along,
Yeah.
and then you have to keep challenging yourself. I think one of the reasons I came to Canada, I mean, if anybody would have asked me even 3 years ago, I've been in Canada since 2023 December. If anybody would have told me at least even 3 years ago, Canada, I would have just laughed at them. Like it was not even on my, no, it was not on my radar at all. In India, at least for me in the south, I'm coming from Chennai. I've lived in the north. Sorry, I was born in the north, but I've lived in Chennai for almost a decade now. Before I moved to Canada in 2023 December. I would have never even thought of it. No chance. It was only after I got married, it was kind of brought up that let's move to a different place. Let's make our lives more hell. How can we take a perfect life
Which you're enjoying,
which you're enjoying to the max, and let's remove all of that.
oh god,
Right?
that's
But I think you need that, dude. I think we all kind of need that.
true.
Because the longer you are in that space of comfort,
Yeah,
right, the softer you get.
hit you up. Yep. Have you gotten softer now?
Oh,
More now, or
emotionally or physically?
let's do both. Let's do both.
Emotionally, dude, Canada has taught me so much. So much. I think the one word that would come to mind if I have to like submit to one word is humility.
Expand.
In India, we take a lot of things for granted. At least I did. right? So it's almost taken for granted.
Yeah.
Certain things will happen. You're living. Me personally, I was living with my family. I was the quintessential Indian boy. I lived with my family. They were on the ground floor. I lived on the first floor with my wife, and we had it all. We had the house help. We had the driver. I always like to tell people that I lived in luxury, but we were not rich. You know what I mean? And so in India, that's possible. Everybody has comfort to a certain extent. So after a while, that comfort is almost taken for granted. You get home and dinner's not ready, and then you can, kind of throw a hissy fit. Like, khana kyun nahi taiyar hai types. Right? Or you get up in the morning, you come down, your coffee is not ready.
Yeah, that's
You can be like, oh, where's the coffee? But here, you are making the food. Khana isliye nahi taiyar hai because you haven't made it. Right? Or the coffee is not ready because you haven't gotten off your ass and made it. So that kind of, the fact that you have to put in all this additional work, and I'm not trying to sound pompous or anything like that, but it just kind of brings you down to earth, like how much stuff goes on in the background while you get to live your life in luxury. Right?
You realize that those were life's privileges.
Exactly. Right? So emotionally, if I were to say I've softened up a little bit, it's because I have more empathy, right? Like I can empathize now, or even genuinely appreciate all the stuff that I took for granted.
But you lived in Dubai for some years now.
Yeah, Dubai.
What
So
happened
my education took me to Dubai.
Okay.
I finished my MBBS there. I was one of the few people who left India to do it in a Middle Eastern country. Usually people leave and come to India to do, but that's a totally different story for another day. That place also, there it's opulence. If I were to summarize Dubai's experience, for me, it's opulence. If you have the money for it, and if you have the opportunity, you can live very lavishly there, right?
How long did you stay there for?
Well, I was there for almost 7 years. I was there between 2020, 2002, September, and I left around the same time, or maybe February, March in 2010. So almost 7-8 years.
And how was that different from here, Canada here?
Again, there you have all the house, you have all the help. You have drivers, you have house help, you have, provided you can afford it. But it's again a community where you're not asked to do things on your own. Like if you can hire someone to do it, you can pay people to do it.
You were there with your family?
No, I lived there alone. So that's another thing. Living in whether it was Dubai or here or any other place, you kind of have to live within your means, right? So I was studying there. I was a student, so I lived the life of a student.
Yeah.
Right. You don't go there and then you start buying cars and living in a. That's not a student life.
Yep.
And I was barely 19 when I left. I was 18 and I celebrated my 19th birthday there. So I was barely 19 when I was there. And so you are all of a sudden in this place which has so much opulence and luxury, and it's very easy to get lost in that. It's very easy.
True.
Yeah. Did you ever face that in Nepal? Like so much deep into, let's say, trying to live a life which is beyond your means, or you had to bring yourself back?
No, because my career started after I came here.
Okay.
I had no career. I had one job during college,
Okay.
and that too was with my friends, in my friend's company. And it was, then I left that job in like 4 or 5 months.
Right.
So I was spoiled like you were. I would not say like you were, because your and my case, it's different. So I grew up with my grandmother.
Okay.
My mom lived in Singapore for like 12, 13 years. And I lived with my grandmother. And 2021, 2022, she passed away.
Okay.
So I was like, what the hell? What is life now?
Yeah.
And I always wanted to move out of Nepal ever since like +2 high school.
Right.
But my mom was like, wait until college. Go after you finish your bachelor's.
Do you think you would have changed as a person if, let's say, you weren't raised by your grandmom, maybe raised by your mom or someone else? Maybe you would have been a different person,
Oh, yeah, of course.
right?
Oh, of course. I would not be as soft as I am.
So did you also like, did she impart like old school kind of morals and ethics into you, or was it, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like put in the hard work.
I grew up around a lot of feminine energy because my grandmother, she has 4 daughters. The
Right.
eldest is my mom and 3 other daughters.
Right.
And I grew up, most of my childhood, I grew up with my grandmother. No dad. Dad was somewhere else fucking around. And yeah, my grandfather, he was also like positioned in different parts of the country.
Yeah.
So he's moving all the time. So there was no masculine energy to.
Right. So when you say masculine, okay, what was the, when you're growing around with so many women, right? What's the overall narrative then? Is there like, I don't know,
Very contradictory.
very contradictory?
Because everyone is like, emotional and they're crying. And whenever I cry, they're like, boys don't cry. What the fuck? You are the
That's
most.
crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like, see, that's what I mean, right? Like the old school thinking, right? The old school thinking of boys don't cry. I think that's everywhere, dude. Okay, but I feel like we digress. So Canada and Nepal, right? I think the whole point of this today was Canada and Nepal. Okay, how about this? How about this? If you were to name some differences between your life in Nepal and your life in Canada, like some differences.
Independence is like the big one because I lived with my family, and every time I was about to do something, I would be like, this is what I'm doing and stuff. Here it's like
You get to do what you have to do.
yeah. And independence not only in the sense of like doing whatever, but also like making shit happen.
Right.
Like paying bills, putting food on the table, that's all on me.
Right.
Nobody's going to put food on my table.
Okay, so that's like the overall this one, right? But that also comes, okay, do you think that came from the fact that you left home, so you're no longer around your family now, and then you are trying to be independent, right? In Nepal, if you would have left home, do you have the opportunity like to take another apartment or something? And
Yeah. At the end of the day, it would come down to money, I guess.
right.
If I had the resources to do it, then I don't think
And what
people would stop me.
Fair enough. But what are the opportunities like for, let's say, Nepalis out there? If someone is listening, see, I know you've blown up a lot on TikTok of late, and you have a good audience of Nepalis, I'm sure, who are listening in on this, right? And you are someone who came here in 2022. You did a course, then you did another course, and now you're going into content writing. You're also doing community art.
Yep.
So you've put in the effort, right? Now you said if you can put the same effort in Nepal, rewards might not be the same, right? The rewards here are slightly more.
Yeah.
There are hardworking Nepalis, right? So what would you tell them, like if they were to come to Canada at this point of time, let's say in 2025, is it a good idea, or is it now coming? Is it balancing that the amount of effort that you're putting in, but the rewards are same? You know what I mean?
I always say you need to leave the place that you grew up. Doesn't need to be in Nepal to Canada. It can just be a new city to live in.
Nice.
But you need to leave the place that you grew up in because it's a bubble.
Right.
and the world is much more bigger than that
Much bigger than that.
bubble.
I think that's also been like your message in general, also, right? To a lot of people, like to get out of your head.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm, what's the word for it? Saying something, but doing the same thing yourself. What's the word for that?
Not like the opposite of hypocrite.
Hypocrite. Nah.
Hypocrite. So saying something and doing the other way. So you say you're a hypocrite. Yeah.
I say that get out of your own head, but I'm in my head all the time.
Right.
Like, I wish I could get out of my own head, and I try to. Everything that I do is like, what do I do now? What do I do now? What do I do now? It's a course of like getting out of my own head.
Right.
So yeah.
So do you find more opportunities in Canada to get out of your own head compared to Nepal, for example?
Yeah. There's like, it's different because I did not explore a lot of things in Nepal. I did a lot of things, but did not work to make something out of that happen.
Right.
Like my photography. I started in Nepal and just used to take pictures. But I wanted to do something out of it, but like there were no resources. What do I do? There was no AI during like 2019, 20, 21. And every Google search on how do I make something out of photography was based in like North America, Europe.
Oh.
So even like one of the option was to sell your photography on stock websites, and I tried to do that, but it did not really.
Right.
I
Because
could
you're
not
taking
make
photographs
sense out
of Nepal, selling it to Nepalis, they'll be like, we've seen it all. No.
I was not even selling. I wanted to sell, but like, how do I start? What do I do?
Okay, so that's a good point. Okay, so because we're talking about life before and after, right? Let's just keep this conversation for that. This is the first time you're filming, right? And it's a casual conversation. None of this is rehearsed.
Yeah.
And we're talking about life before and after. So before coming to Canada and after coming to Canada. For you, it's been Nepal. What were your interests in Nepal? How did they kind of work out in Nepal, and then how did they spill over in Canada? You said photography one.
Photography, music.
Okay.
I started learning guitar since grade 7.
Wow. Self-taught, or did you?
Self-taught. Not really self-taught. Started with, in grade 7, I was in a school hostel, and the my seniors used to play guitar, and I was like, teach me. And the first song I ever learned was Smoke on the Water.
Oh yeah, damn. I think you and every other teenager at some point in time. That and some Bryan Adams song. Usually. Okay.
Yeah.
So your interest in music started in 7th grade in Nepal. Then how did it come into art? Or were you always creative, or did you?
I was always creative. I was writing songs, not like religiously writing songs, but I will remember going on school tours, and me and my friend at the rooftop of the hotel were just rapping, blabbering.
Yeah.
But I started like religiously writing songs from COVID. After my grandmother passed, I was like, I need to make sense out of this emotion, and how do I do it? And that's like most of the artists I know who like create art is like after a bunch of shit that happened.
Dramatic.
Yeah.
Dramatic stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Nice. So, okay. So all of that was happening. And what were you studying at the time?
Social work.
And you were studying social work.
Bachelor's in social work.
Bachelor's in social work.
And I got to travel a lot during that time.
Right.
So I used to take my camera everywhere and just took pictures. It's just stayed with me. Photography has just stayed with me and in like hard drives. But after I came here, there's a lot of doors opened.
Right. So how old were you when you left Nepal?
It was 22 December, so 23.
23. So now, 23-year-old Rishikesh, before he comes to Canada, right? Because we are still talking about before and after.
Yeah.
What was a typical day for you? I'm not saying an extravagantly awesome day, like a typical day for Rishikesh, 23-year-old Rishikesh,
Typical day.
before he came to Canada. What was a typical day for you?
Was it during college or after I finished?
Talk about during college and then
During
your
college.
weekend maybe.
Oh, during weekend college.
Yeah.
Woke up hungover.
During this weekend or this is Wednesday? Okay, Monday, Tuesday.
Sometimes it's Wednesday.
Sometimes also.
Sometimes Wednesday too.
Yeah.
Wake up hungover.
Awesome.
Yeah, the day then goes away. Day starts, day ends. No, like, okay, after college, I did not do much. Like, wake up. I did a lot of shit, like complicated things.
That I understand. Okay, let me narrow it down. How is college different in Nepal compared to college? Because I know you did 2 years here in Canada. And we have a lot of international students. We have students from, I think, almost 35 different countries where we were studying in Humber. And it was a mixed group, right? We didn't have like one specific nationality. We had Indians, we had people from Africa, we had people from Canada itself, we had people from Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore. We had a lot of, like, it was a big mixed group, and it wasn't dominated by any one specific. So how is it like in Nepal, college, and then college in a place where it's like you're surrounded now all of a sudden by like 5 different nationalities?
Yeah, college in Nepal is like a school. It's
Very
literally school. If you are absent, the next day you need to write an handwritten application to the head of director of the department.
Apologizing?
No, I was absent because ... parents' signature.
Oh, excellent. I was absent because I was hungover. I didn't.
Yeah.
And then you sign at the bottom.
Yeah.
How many notes did your grandma have to sign?
I used to say
Me too. Okay, now just a offside story. From 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, one of my missions had become one of my missions were to copy my father and my mom's signature, and I had done it so well. I became so good at copying signatures. By the time I was in my 9th and 10th grade, I was the guy who was signing report cards for other people.
You were the guy.
Okay. And talk about skeletons in your closet, okay? Because when we were cleaning out, this must have been 3 or 4 years, maybe more. I remember there's this report card comes out, and then each time you get below a certain, like when you fail, basically below 50, you have that red line.
Yeah.
And I remember all, like majority of my things in 9th grade had red line. And then my dad's signature in the background, in the bottom. And then my dad found the report card, and he's like, and his eye is wide, so he's like, what is this? And then he sees his signature at the bottom, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me. So he's like, इसलिए भेजा था school, इसलिए भेजा था. And I'm like, but yeah, I think we're all in that same boat. Now you can't do that. Everything is, for us, it was all online.
Yeah.
What about a big thing I think Canada is known for, and would also kind of, we started on this, right? Because it makes you emotionally soft, so to speak, which is a good thing. I shouldn't do that. How is it different that way? Like in terms of ragging and bullying?
Oh, I was fucking bullied during school.
have I touched a nerve?
Bro, don't even begin. I used to stutter as a kid, so that aspect of me is like hard. There's no external thing that can like go through.
Right.
You cannot make fun of me because most of the time I'm making fun of myself.
Yeah. Yeah. That's nice.
And one of that has been my superpower in terms of like creating content online as well, because people are gonna say shit. It's the internet. People are gonna be you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, let's dive in, because there's no every publicity is good publicity.
Right. 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 There's some truth into that also, right? Like, how are you going to be able to make fun of me when
Yeah.
I've done it all,
Bro,
right?
this thing I heard during like a sixth grade 7,
Yeah.
grade 8.
You have to upgrade your material
Yeah,
now.
upgrade it.
Like, this is old stuff. No, I totally get that. But what about in Canada? How was it in Canada?
It was good. Like, I think just having different background of people
Right?
joining in, because they all have different experiences, and everybody here is trying to grow,
Yeah,
is trying to like learn, and
that is true.
most of them are international students, so
Exactly.
there's not going to be ragging
Yeah,
among
correct.
that group.
I think it was also the first time I had come across this term, which is used not for the intent of what at least I know it has been used for, accommodations. I've always thought accommodation was like where you're going to stay, right?
Yeah.
What are your accommodations? And I'll be like, okay, my accommodations are my flat or whatever, right? But this term I came across for the first time used in this context, where they literally ask you, are there any specific areas where you will need additional help or support? So a good example would be if you are dyslexic, right, where you have difficulty reading and even speaking, which I do, right? I've had dyslexia. I was not officially diagnosed. I think at some point in time I was just too scared. But I know how much difficulty I have when I read, write, and speak. So if I'm taking long pauses because I'm thinking of what I have to say, right? You could have a hearing impairment, right? Bad vision, and they accommodate you. You could have, you could be impaired when it comes to your vision, so they'll provide you with braille, for example. You might not like too much external sound, so they'll provide you a nice quiet room. This was something I've never come across in India.
No.
It's like, I remember, again, same, I can bring it back to 10th, 11th and 12th board exams, right? I would know answers, but out of this 5 10-mark questions, I would barely be writing my second one and time would have been done. I know the answers. Well, at least now I can officially say I know. But a lot of times
Report card says otherwise.
Otherwise, yeah. It's like, Dad, I knew the answer. I just didn't have time. No, but that's actually a fact. There was a lot of times when I had to read the same question 3 or 4 times, I remember, just to try and understand it. Not that I'm dumb. I know I wasn't a dumb kid, but it was the dyslexia for me. And time was a big issue. Time was always a very big issue. And it didn't matter. You remember, like, they would just pull the papers away, right? People be freaking doing tug of war. Sir, please, sir. No, it's just like, it's done. Here you get an additional, I think, up to 45 minutes to an hour. If you have, like, if you can say that, look, I'm having some difficulty. So that was very different for me. Very, very different, Canada-wise.
Did you take any accommodations here? Or?
No, I did not. I realized that one of the things that they did for students here was they're very aware of your mental health, right? Right from your physical health. They're very, very cautious about your mental health also. So mental health wise, okay, what are the mental health issues, right? You can be stressed out or you can be anxious. So they kind of look at it that the amount of workload they give a student shouldn't make him anxious and then later on, lead to other stuff which can be more severe.
Yeah.
So the workload over here didn't seem like it ever warranted special accommodations, at least for me. But and that kind of helps out, I think, in the long run, even for bullying and ragging, right? You don't take your inadequacies or what you are struggling with as a point of fun. It's a point of support. You know, if in India, God forbid, you had someone who had bad vision and had exceptionally thick glasses, what would he be called?
What?
4 eyes.
Yeah.
You know, soda glasses or whatever. You know, here comes Mr. Telescope Man or whatever. Right? Like, I bet you can see the moon from here, right? Stuff like that. And how do I know all of these things? Hey, hello. Right? I've been called all of these things, right? So, but here it's like, oh, you have issues with your vision, help us accommodate you. Right? So that kind of helps. It kind of also, that way I think Canada is a little different for college students. But,
The system is designed
right.
for you to like give your best, and
Yeah.
they encourage you. You have support systems to give your best.
But that's provided you're willing to give your best.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's what Canada brings out in people. You have the opportunity to either bring your best because now you don't have your supports that you had, which were making you complacent, right? Which were making you lazy or whatever. You don't have those additional resources. You don't have anything you can take for granted. Today is your opportunity to show what you can do based on your abilities.
Yeah.
Right? I think that way Canada, I'm sure you will agree from a Nepal's point of view, right? In Chennai, it was different. Like, I studied in Chennai. In Chennai, I remember the guys who were slightly slower in studies or reading or anything, they were the ones that were picked on the most, right? They were the ones who were outstanding student, right? You're standing outside with your hands up or kneeling down. And then, I don't know, man, like, now thinking back, I feel like, yeah, that aspect of Canada I genuinely appreciate.
Yeah, and people who were students who were slow in their education were exceptionally good at other like extracurricular
Right.
activities, sports. For me, it was music.
Oh, nice.
I did not really care about getting good grades, but music classes I was there. So here there's opportunity. If you want to do music, there's a bunch of different programs that you can be in,
right,
to grow in that field.
So then, what about your music and your thing? How did it transition from what you were doing to what you're doing today? Like, you went from taking photographs, studying, learning from a senior, and then you come to Canada. And how did that art, music, photography, how did it change?
Everything that I did in Nepal, bunch of different things: photography, music, my education. It all sort of came together to one thing. That's my career in community arts, because community arts is not just one thing.
Right.
It's not just painting and drawing. It's music, it's community coming together, singing songs. And yeah, one of the projects that I did with Access Alliance at Danforth now, Danforth, was in their Tuesday Tunes program, which is like community members come together, senior newcomers, so a lot of South Asian folks, they come together to sing. And I was there to facilitate that.
Oh, nice.
And one of the things that I realized was South Asian dads, South Asian older generation South Asian people, they're like all uptight. They're not like loose. And what I was able to do was, I'm South Asian and I'm pretty loose.
Just South Asian? I thought you're Nepali.
Nepal is in South Asia.
When I think of South Asia, I think of like Tamil Nadu and Kerala and stuff.
No,
You're looking at South
Asia.
Yeah. Like
South
the
Asia,
whole of Asia. Okay.
Nepal, India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Bhutan. They're
All of them
all
come under
South
South
Asia.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't picture you as South Asian like that. Like I think of maybe I was confusing with South Indian. Okay, yeah,
South
there you
Indian.
go. Fine, fair enough.
And one of the things that I did was I encourage everyone to show their, authentic self because they want to have fun, right?
Right.
So how do I bring out the fun in you? What I did was we created our own song.
Hmm.
So the prompt was, what's one piece of wisdom that you have held throughout your life? And we got a bunch of different words, and I created a song out of those words. So that is how everything that I've ever done in the past
Right.
is like now I can give to the community.
Nice. So you did social work, you studied as a worker, right? What is it called?
Social work.
Yeah. So your bachelor's in social work.
That helped too. 'Cause
That helped.
Working with people is
Is not easy.
not easy.
Is really not. So you did your bachelor's in social work. You have your interest. You're creative. You've got music, and then you come to Canada. You do a course in addictions and mental health. I know this because we studied together.
Yep.
And now you're doing community art and community music. That's the scene. And like the opportunity for you to do that in Canada, did you ever think you'd be able to do something like that? Like let's say 3 years back.
I did not even know community arts is a thing since like my during our placement. That's how I knew. That was my introduction of community arts.
Right.
And I was like, this feels comfortable.
Right.
Like I can see myself doing this for a long time.
Was it hard for you to like go out and talk to random people before? Like let's say before you started this?
No. If I have a reason to talk to someone, I'm like confident to talk to someone. It's just that if you and I are sitting there, we don't know each other, and there's no connection in terms of there's nothing that connects us.
Right.
I'm not going to speak with you. I'm just reserved.
Right.
If you come and speak to me, I'm like,
Who the hell are you?
no, I don't do that. I'm open, but I don't initiate conversations.
Was this always Rishikesh, or were you closed?
This has always been me.
This has always been you. So what's given you that level of confidence?
Confidence in terms of what?
Just if you're able to, I understand you don't randomly walk up to people and talk to them, right? But if someone was to have a conversation, most people are hesitant, right? Like the first thought that comes to people's mind is, what do you want? Like, what have I done?
Yeah.
Right? Or I don't want to buy anything, right? So what advice do you give to people who are like that, for example?
I give the same advice that you gave me.
I gave you.
Yeah. I remember here. Here it's a be as authentic as possible.
Right.
If you don't like to, go out there and speak, don't.
Yeah, don't force yourself. I like that. So you mentioned authenticity, right?
Yes.
How easy is it for you to be truly authentic in Canada compared to, let's say, truly authentic in Nepal? Does it change?
Yes, because I think in Nepal you think a lot about what other people might think of you, because you're surrounded by family. You're surrounded by people who have known you a certain way. And it's not that I'm not authentic to them. It's just that there's some parts of me that I don't show.
Right. Because there are certain expectations.
Yeah. I
understand that.
Yeah. The wild side of me, only my friends have seen it. And the more
calmer,
calmer,
maybe.
like, what's the word? Do you know what Gyani is?
Yeah. Gyani?
Gyani.
Yeah, like someone with wisdom.
that's one definition.
Okay.
Gyani also means who is like disciplined, who is like,
Okay.
I am that at home. I am
Got it.
quiet. So, yeah, there's different places where I'm authentic. I'm
Right.
authentic in my house as well. I'm authentic with my friends as well.
Right.
But the authenticity does not mix. And now, after I've come here, I'm like the best of both worlds.
That's what I'm trying to like. That's such an important piece, and it kind of ties back to when you said like, if you really have to figure out who you are as a person, you need to leave that comfort zone.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Because you will think that this is it, but you are not. I think you said it so well. You're in a bubble.
Yep.
Right. And the minute you get out of that bubble, you see, oh, okay, now you have an opportunity to practice all those things that you've been taught either by your family, your friends, what you've learned, what your principles are. So this would have helped you out as well. And this is exactly where I've seen a lot of people crash and burn. And I know I've only been here 2 years, or a little less than 2 years. And I'm in no way an expert on what, people do here in Canada. But this is based on my generalized observation. If you don't have that level of discipline, like you said, if you don't have the opportunity to be that Gyani, right? And you only have been, if you've only had that wild side, then you come to a place like Canada where you again don't have eyes watching you. You've not set any checkpoints. You don't have parents. You're not, being looked at, scrutinized. Then you'll go helter skelter, right? You'll just go run. You'll run wild, right? But that opportunity you had because you lived with your grandmom and she must have instilled her levels of discipline, and I'm sure it was an old school discipline, right? Get up early in the morning, do your chores, come back to bed, no TV time beyond a certain. I mean, it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, until a certain point, yeah.
Right. So unless you actually get an opportunity to practice that, when you truly have freedom, not a sense of freedom which you would have had in Nepal, true freedom. You don't have parents here, right? You're not answerable to anyone. That helps, right? So in those lines, I 100% agree with you. Like unless you get out of your comfort zone, you'll never know who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Right? True. And I say this to like most of the people I meet. We haven't discussed my line of work, and I'm pretty sure we'll keep that for another day. But in my counseling, okay, fine,
we can touch on it.
We can touch on it, right? So I'm working now as an addictions counselor, and mainly with people with what they call concurrence disorders. So you both have a mental health issue and you have an addiction issue or a substance use issue.
Yep.
And I say this to people as well, right? Like while they're in treatment. So where I work, it's a 3-month treatment program. It's residential, right? And so these guys are now all of a sudden, for the first time, there have been checkpoints on them, right? Because it's an abstinence-based program. Abstinence means like you're completely cut off now. You don't want to have a life where alcohol or drugs are a part of your life. So it's abstinence-based. That's the checkpoint on their life, right? It is so hard for them to understand that being authentic involves having certain checkpoints in your life where you've set that barrier. Like, oh, I shouldn't cross that line. Because prior to that, it was like, I can do whatever the hell I want. Right? Now, that's true. Freedom should be part of you. Right? But what do you also do when you have freedom and responsibility? And I think, I don't want to go into that, but me personally, in India, it's the same thing. Even though I was living with family, I had a huge sense of freedom there. But what I was taking for granted were my responsibilities. Because somebody else will do it, right? You pay someone to do it, right? And then at the same time, paying your taxes, electricity bill, phone bill, and all of that. If you're not doing it, mom and dad se koi dekh lega, company mein se koi dekh lega, right? Someone from office or work will look into it. That sense of responsibility comes or should come in a place like Canada. Because just touching base with where I work, My clients are anywhere between 18 and 75. I've had even 70 plus, 75 plus year old clients. And there are people who have lost a lot in the last 6 months to a year, and then they realize that we need to change. And then there are people who've lost a little over a period of 5, 10, 15 years, and then lost everything at like between 65 and 70. Nothing, zero, homeless, no bank account, no family, no friends. But they would have started somewhere, right? And they would have built this so-called life and then lost it all. So,
Is there any common denominator in terms of your clients whose age range is so vast?
yeah.
Is there a common denominator, like experience or just something that happened in their life? Is there a common thing?
I can give you like a short answer or I can give you a long answer.
Give me a long answer.
I'll give you a long answer. Okay. If I were to give you a long answer, there are certain things which are exactly what you said, common denominators. Shortest form first, I know I said you wanted the long one. Shortest form first would be pain. They've all gone through some form of pain.
Pain.
Right? Whether it's the pain of loss, whether it's the pain of not being understood, not being heard, whatever it is, they have felt some form of pain. Now there are ways to deal with that pain, right? What we try and teach people is how do you manage that pain? Whatever is the reason for that pain. I'm not just talking about physical pain where you've been hit, right? You can have physical pain, you can have emotional pain, you can have financial pain, you can have spiritual pain where you feel disconnected from whoever you think is your higher power, right? So there are different kinds of pain. But pain in general is, if I were to really bring it down, is the common denominator. If I were to elaborate on that, it would be pain due to trauma. Trauma, again, can be different kinds. It can be childhood. It can be trauma of losing someone, losing your job, losing your wife, losing your child. Right? So pain and trauma out of loss. You can be victimized. Right? That's a totally different topic. You can be trauma and pain through being a victim. Where injustice has been done on you. You feel unfair. Things have been unfair. Or the pain and trauma of losing control. So these are the elaborate versions of it. But it all kind of comes down to either not being understood, not being heard, feeling pain due to traumatic experiences, and not knowing how to manage them. So if you have understood how you can manage this, then you will not try and avoid it. A lot of these guys, I've realized, my clients, I mean, I know we said we'll only touch base and I'm really going into it. But they have, through past experiences, what they've experienced, seen what people have done on movies, friends do, father do, uncle do. They have either gravitated towards alcohol or substances to dull their pain or to avoid it completely. And that leaks into social responsibilities, personal responsibilities, financial responsibilities, right? So in Canada, that's a very slippery slope, right? Because you don't have those checkpoints. You don't have someone you're answerable to. Average age when you leave home over here in Canada has been increasing now for the last 5 years, if you see statistically. But most teenagers would like to leave home and either live with their partner or live in a college dorm. Or bottom line is they're out of their parents' life, home. So you've taken that person out who's had a self, his or her authentic self has been under their parents' roof, and now you've set them out, and there are no checkpoints and barriers, right? So it's like full freedom, no responsibility. That is something I feel in Canada, it's a slippery slope, because in India, most people are living under their parents' roof. They're worried about what the neighbor is going to think, what my girlfriend is going to say, what my chacha, mama, principal, school teacher.
And that's a blessing and a curse. Because
that's the blessing and the curse.
That's not going to enable you to be authentic, but at the same time, you're disciplined. You're
disciplined, right? So there people probably have different ways of showing how they are being suppressed or they're not being understood or coping with their pain.
Yeah.
Here it's a lot easier because I mean let's come on, think about it. The area where I live, this is where I live in Toronto. I think there are at least a dozen cannabis stores.
Yeah.
I know I have 2 LCBOs, countless LCBO for those who are chiming in hopefully from somewhere else in the world is the liquor store,
Liquor store.
right? The proverbial wine shop or brandy shop, right? That's like I have 3 of them, 3 of those around me. Every single supermarket now sells alcohol. Not hard alcohol, so to speak, but wine and beers.
Yeah.
So that's always there. That I can just quickly go in and out. Nobody's there to see. Who cares? Nobody's going to say anything to me. So that's a huge difference between, let's say, my life in India and in Canada. So we spoke about your typical day in Nepal. My typical day prior to coming to Canada would have been wake up. I used to try and get up at 7:30 ish, but reality was by 7:30 I would be up. I used to be a guy who could get up at 6, but I couldn't. In India, you couldn't. Get up at 7:30, go down. By the time you're downstairs by 8:15. That's one thing I really loved about my dad and my family was, or my family in general, was like breakfast or dinner you have to eat together. Right? That was the one family rule, right? Yeah. Breakfast saath mein khao, ya fir dinner saath mein khao. So breakfast we would all try and get down by 8:15, maximum by 8:30, which I know in Canadian standards is very late. And we would have a breakfast. But now when I talk about when you take things for granted, we had a maid. We had someone coming in, making fresh khana for us every day. Every day. Even though it was a staple, my dad's staple was yogurt and or milk with cornflakes and cut fruit and nuts. I would probably do a hot meal because we were in South India, we would do an idli or a dosa, have a black coffee. And that meal would go on from 8:15, 8:30 to about 9. At where the field I was working in, I had shifted my entire office at home due to COVID. So for me, it was just going back to the first floor. And we had the entire office set up over there with 5-6 computers. We had staff coming in and out. I work till maybe 11, take another break. Take a break till about 12, go back to work. Work again till maybe 3:34, take another break. 3:34, then work maybe sometimes till 5:36, 7 tops max. So it's anywhere between 8 to 10 hours. But then after that, again, you come down and dinner's ready. You go to your room by the time you've taken that break, and I could just walk to my bedroom. The bedroom has been made. The laundry has been taken. Everything has been wiped down. So my time was my time. And it was pretty much for what I wanted to do. It was all about me. You're not looking at what does the house need to be done. That was later on. That was like after hours. But I remember if we were done with work at 8, it meant that I have at least an additional 2.5 hours with family and at least an hour and a half for myself because I wouldn't sleep before 12. Cut to Canada. Most times I would be lucky if I've slept past 6:15. The alarm starts ringing at around 5:45. My wife, she wakes up at 5:45. And for her first task is to wake my ass up. Okay, so that's an half an hour task for her. She's like, Rishi, just for those guys. I'm also Rishabh, by the way. We're not Rishabh and Rishikesh. But Rishi, utho. And then 6:15 you're up. But now you're up. Breakfast is not ready. Your laundry is not done. Your bed's... You are making your damn bed. Right? You decide what you're going to eat because that's what you're going to get. What you've made, rather. Right? And there's no such thing as breakfast for me in Canada. My breakfast is this. And this is black coffee. We're not just drinking water. Black coffee.
Whiskey.
I wish. And then you head to work. By 7:30, 7:45... I don't drive here in Canada. That's one of the decisions I made my wife and I made. We didn't buy a car here. Go to take the TTC, the subway. It takes me half an hour, maybe 35 minutes to get to work. I work from 8:30ish to 5. By the time I'm home, it's 5:45, 6. 6 to 7, 7:15, you're doing the household chores.
Yep.
And I'm one of those guys. Again, this is all like old school. Okay, jo karna hai, tabhi karo. Don't leave it for the next day. So you come home, finish off all your dishes, like your cups or something like that. And then you start making food.
Yeah.
That's another 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So by the time we sit down and eat, my wife and I, it's about 8:15, 8:30. We barely get to see 1 or 2 episodes of whatever is the binge-worthy show for the season. And by 10:15, 10:30, lights out. Like just sleeping. Otherwise, you're not gonna... I am definitely not waking up the next day if I haven't gone to bed by... And time just flies. This, what we're doing right now, had to be scheduled. And believe me, like, if it wasn't for you saying like, hey boss, let's do this and we have to do this. And so an idea we had come out with almost a year ago.
Yep.
We're finally doing it now.
Yep.
Because why? No time.
No time.
Genuinely no time. So time, I think one of the other things which I really loved learning when I came to Canada was genuinely appreciating the value of time. That was a big, again, it all ties down to humility as well. You don't have all the time in the world.
No.
You cannot be carefree, right? Because before you know it, a day is gone, a week's gone, a month's gone, a year's gone. And there are things you have to do. As an immigrant, I'm still an immigrant. I don't even have my PR yet,
Yep.
right? So there are certain things you just have to do. If you want to continue living in this country, if you want to continue having the lifestyle you have, or a glimpse of the lifestyle that you probably lived back home, yeah, man, you need to freaking get things done,
Yep.
right? There's no time to just chill.
You have time, but none to waste.
It's not yours,
Yeah.
right? Your personal time is the one you've kind of carved out. Time otherwise is for everything else. It's for household chores, it's for work, it's for paying rent, for doing your taxes, for shopping, cleaning, laundry. It's not yours. You know what I mean? So that was something which I learned to genuinely value time here.
If someone's watching from India
Yeah.
and they want to come to Canada or just leave
Don't.
India, stay there.
Stay there. It's very nice. It's cold. It's -5.
It's snowing outside.
It's snowing outside. That's why this is a real fireplace, but it's not CG or anything.
CGI.
CGI. Don't touch it. It's very
We
hot.
are AI, by the way.
Yeah, we are
just
both
AI.
Okay, no. But in reality, okay. If you're someone in India who has come to a point where you want to figure out what you can potentially become, but you have a rough idea, don't come here saying that, oh, I have so many avenues. No. That time, that comfort, that level of, carefree attitude, do it at your home country. Because you will have different kinds of supports and resources there. You have a totally different kind of support system and resources here. Like we said, people would love to accommodate what your issues are in terms of your ability, right? The government will help you out in terms of healthcare, right? Provided you've done a few things and, all those things are okay. But nobody's waking your ass up, right? Nobody's making breakfast for you. Nobody's doing your laundry, right? Nobody's wiping your ass. No, I don't even know how many people wipe their own ass here, but that's a different topic. But you know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
So if you've figured out what you want to do, you've had some time, you've been independent to a certain degree, you say, okay, fine, maybe I'm a creative guy. Maybe I'm a person who's more into environment. Maybe I want to be an architect in the health sector, whatever it is.
You need to have a direction.
You have to have a direction. And if part of that direction is Canada, then so be it, right? But then why Canada? You have to ask yourself, why Canada? you can't come here and try and figure out why. There will be so many whys thrown at you over here that your first question will be, why the hell did I come to Canada? Right? You have to come here and then figure out what next. Right? How am I progressing next, and how is Canada going to help me out? Is their education helping me? After I get my education, is the job opportunity helping me? Because, like I said, humility. Once you come here and you have to, and you're from a, let's get one thing straight. If you're from an exceptionally lower middle class family, and I know I'm being very cautious when I say this, if you don't have a certain amount of monetary funds or monetary ability, coming here is almost next to impossible. So you've spent some money you've spent 2.5 lakhs to buy your ticket. You've spent at least now 20 plus lakhs for your GIC, which is that guaranteed, guaranteed income certificate, right? Or something like that.
I don't know. We don't have GIC.
So there's something which students have to do, right? You have to put a certain amount of money. It's called GIC before you come here. That's another 20 lakhs now. Then you have your college fee. That's provided you're coming as a college student. That's another 15-20 lakhs. So if you're willing to spend 45-50 lakhs of your money to come to Canada, and you want to ask yourself why, please don't. That's the best advice I can give. If you're willing to take that 500 crore, right, 500,000 rupees for those of you, right, and you say this is an investment, and Canada is going to help me. This is what I have to do. By all means, invest that money, right? Because it's an investment in you, right? Don't look at it as investing it into an institution or a bank or a country or you're investing in yourself. But you need to have that path.
Yes.
Right? And to tie it nicely like a little ribbon and gift for everybody who's watching, right? It goes right back to what you said. In Nepal, or for example, in Chennai, the amount of effort that you're putting in, am I getting the same amount of results? Or do I have an opportunity to get much more out of the effort that I'm putting in? If Canada is that place for you, by all means, right? Come here.
Yes.
So yeah, that's definitely what I would say.
Nice. Should we wrap things up?
We can definitely wrap things up from the first podcast point of view.
How did you feel?
This felt nice, dude. It felt natural. First of all, you and I are talking. We've known each other for a good part of 2 years now. We studied together. We've grown together, like both physically and mentally.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
Yeah, physically soft. But yeah, this was great. I hope this will be one of many. Yes. I don't mind doing more of these, and we can I don't know. This was just loosey goosey, right? Like put it out there, see what people say. Maybe they can help us out with topics that we can talk about. Yeah. I think this was pretty good for the first one. Did you like the coffee?
Oh yeah,
coffee was good.
Yes.
AI fireplace, awesome.
AI fireplace. This AI feels nice.
This AI feels realistic.
Yeah, it feels real. Everything is AI has gotten so good.
Yeah, I'm paying a lot of money for this AI. Okay. Okay. So we'll wrap things up. Do you have any last words for the guys who are watching? And then
subscribe. Like
oh, exactly. That's right. It kind of comes down to that, isn't it? Okay. Yeah. So what we're trying to do is trying to have casual conversations. Rishikesh's podcast. Hopefully, I'll be able to link this to my podcast. I've always said I wanted to do one. I've never been able to do it. If I'm able to put this as my first, with your permission, I'll do that.
Yep.
And the idea is to try and bring in, like he said, or like what I've been believing in my mantra in life is just get authentic people, talk about their story, talk about what's good, bad, and then we would love to hear from you guys as to what we should talk about in Canada, our lives in Nepal, Dubai, England, London, wherever it is.
This podcast is for you, by the way. I'm just gonna post clips on my
Me too.
TikTok and
so we'll do one. Okay, so we'll pause now. That's all you get to hear.
Okay, bye.
Bye.